Yo, what is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Samara back at it again with another pre-game preview. Getting ready for this week 2 matchup. I know we're coming off of a short week, coming off of that Monday night victory. You know, my goodness, what a game. You know, the Raiders always stressing us out, but you know what? That's in the past right now. We are 1-0. We're going over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to go against those TikTok boys out there. And hopefully we come away with, well, no, not hopefully. We will come away with this W. So on today's show, you already know the deal. Hold on real quick because your boy is a little bit dehydrated. As you guys know, in today's video, I will be previewing our Las Vegas Raiders going 1-on-1 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, it's not going to be an easy one, but I do believe in this team to go out there and just win, baby.
He needs some milk.
But I do want to give a huge shout out to our newest sponsors to the channel, the Raider Image, the official shop of the Las Vegas Raiders. So if you want to go copy yourself some t-shirts, some hats, some jerseys, whatever it is, get that nation goodness all over your body, then head over to the RaiderImage.com and at checkout, enter your debit card because I was just f***ing with you guys. What do I look like? Does it look like I'm going to be sponsored by the Raiders? No. Oh! All right, enough messing around, man. Let's get started with your week 2 pre-game preview.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Now, y'all already know the deal. We cannot get started with no pre-game preview without giving you guys some nation news that you can use. Starting with the Big O's, the Flying Hawaiian, and my cousin, quarterback Marcus Mariota. According to Ian Rappaport, he tweeted, Raiders quarterback Marcus Mariota is expected to be out multiple weeks after aggravating a quad injury during a 31-yard run on Monday night, source said. A few weeks is the best case scenario. This robs Las Vegas of a weapon as they plan to sprinkle Mariota in on offense. Honestly, this is some devastating news to me, especially after only seeing a glimpse of what this offense could be with Marcus Mariota in the rotation. I was honestly hyped, you know, just seeing Marcus go into the game and was kind of surprised by John Gruden that he was able to implement Marcus into the game script. Well, it looks like we're going to stick to that traditional 1 QB start with Derek Carr and the GOAT Nathan Peterman backing them up. Defensive tackle Gerald McCoy and guard Denzel Good has been ruled out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. This is the 2nd straight season McCoy has suffered a season-ending injury. I wish nothing but the best for McCoy and Denzel Good, and hopefully they could come back stronger next season. The Raiders have officially signed their replacements in defensive tackle Damian Square and guard Jordan Simmons. Now for some more names on the injury report for this week's game against the Steelers, Richie Incognito, Nick Kwiatkowski, and Josh Jacobs will all be out in this game. Now seeing Josh Jacobs on this list kind of surprises me because, you know, he did play in last week's game, and this means he probably re-aggravated his injury and he didn't look 100% in that game. But this is the reason why we signed a guy like Kenyon Drake onto the team, because he could most likely take over the load if Josh Jacobs was to go down, and hopefully Josh Jacobs can come back stronger next week and this is not a lingering injury for, you know, multiple weeks. 2 players that are questionable for this week's matchup is Darius Philon and Carl Nassib. Philon was one of the better defensive tackles that we had in last week's game, and it would be a huge blow to this team if he cannot play this week. But it's a good thing that we do have Clelin Ferrell coming back this week, so if he isn't able to go, we at least have our former 1st-round pick. Now, one more player that I am kind of surprised that will be playing in this game is defensive end Yannick Ngakoue with that hamstring injury. He went down in last week's game. I thought he was going to play in this game. I thought the Raiders were going to take it slow with him. He was going to be out for a couple of weeks, but I guess he's good enough to go against the Steelers, which I am excited for. You know, he did practice in the leg sleeve throughout this whole week, and I guess they gave him the go. So I am excited to see Mad Max Crosby out there and Yannick Ngakoue both coming off of the edges, getting to Big Ben, taking them down, and taking this W, if y'all know what I mean. Now, coming off of a crazy victory on Monday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens, we head to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to go 1-on-1 with the Steelers. This will be another big test for our Raiders offense. The Steelers defense is one of the best in the NFL, only giving up 16 points last week versus the Buffalo Bills. We know how much Gruden loves to run the ball, but with knowing how good the Steelers are against the run, and with Josh Jacobs out, we'll have to rely on Derek Carr and Darren Waller to go out there and light it up on the offensive side. Hopefully for Carr, he could spread the ball around a little more this week to guys like Edwards, Ruggs, and Renfro. As for the Steelers, we have to keep an eye out on all their weapons on the offense, from Najee Harris to Chase Claypool and Juju Smith. Our young secondary will definitely be tested in this game. Now, Big Ben isn't the most elusive quarterback, especially compared to Lamar Jackson last week, so we'll hopefully get to see Mad Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue get into the backfield quite a lot in this game. The Raiders defense looked real good last week, and hopefully we can build on that going into Pittsburgh. These rivalry games are always fun to watch, but at the end of the day, do you know what's better than 1-0? 2-0, baby. So hopefully we'll go out there, come back home to the entertainment capital of the world with that W.
Then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Now for your matchup of the game, I got Alex Leatherwood versus TJ Watt. Now, this is going to be a huge test for our first round pick, Alex Leatherwood, going up against an all-pro player in TJ Watt, who came away with 3 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, and 5 quarterback hits last week against Josh Allen. Leatherwood had a not so great game in his debut with 2 sacks allowed and 2 penalties, one which almost costed us the game. But he should be able to fix his mistakes and be ready to go this week versus the Steelers. Our offensive line honestly has the biggest task in this game, and that is keeping our quarterback clean against this Steelers defensive line, and it all starts by neutralizing TJ Watt. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on Alex Leatherwood, and if he's worth that first round pick, he should be able to hold up his own.
Knock on wood if you have that message, please. And we're here to help you.
Now I got 5 players that you guys should watch in this game against the Steelers. The first name being running back Kenyon Drake. As y'all already know, Josh Jacobs will not be playing in this week's matchup, so we will be looking for Kenyon Drake out there to go out and ball out. You know, Peyton Barber will be backing him up, and most likely the Raiders will be bringing up Trey Regis from the practice squad. All in all, Kenyon Drake is going to be that guy. Last week, he had a solid performance out there. He carried the ball 6 times for 11 yards and caught all 5 of his targets for 59 yards. Look for Kenyon Drake's load to increase in this game. Like I said before, this is the main reason why we brought in Kenyon Drake to a 2-year, $11 million contract, because if anything was to happen to Josh Jacobs, whether he was in the game or not, we have a reliable RB1 on the roster in Kenyon Drake. So I'm expecting some big things from Kenyon Drake in the offense this week. Now, the second player on my list is defensive end Mad Max Crosby. As y'all know, last week he balled out against the Baltimore Ravens, against a quarterback that's not easy to go up against. He came away with 6 total tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, and a league-leading 13 quarterback pressures. And now that Yannick Ngakoue is good to go in this game, and we got a guy in Big Ben who is not that elusive out there, I do expect big things from Mad Max Crosby this week. At least 2 sacks or more. You know, both of these guys off the edge is going to cause a lot of havoc to that Steelers offense, especially to quarterback Big Ben. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the Condor, Mad Max Crosby, and your AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Now, the third player that I'm going to be looking out for is wide receiver Bryan Edwards. Now, Bryan Edwards got off to a slow start at the beginning of the game last week, but he started coming into his own in the 4th quarter and in overtime when we needed him to the most. He came away last week with 4 receptions on 5 targets for 81 yards. So hopefully Derek Carr doesn't, hyper target Darren Waller each and every play, and hopefully we utilize Bryan Edwards a lot more in this game, and I do expect him to go out there and catch a touchdown, his first touchdown of the season. And speaking of my quarterback, player number 4 is my quarterback Derek Carr. With no Marcus Mariota out there now, Derek Carr is going to be the solo quarterback out there to go out there and ball out against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is not an easy defense. They got a lot of high flyers on that defensive side, led by Micah Fitzpatrick. So Derek Carr, hopefully he's warmed up, hopefully he's ready to go, hopefully he got all that offseason jitters out the way, and he starts opening up this playbook a lot more, or opening up his field of vision, not just targeting Darren Waller. We got other guys out there like Hunter Renfrow, who did come in clutch a lot last week, Henry Ruggs, who I'm expecting a big season out of, and Bryan Edwards, who I do believe is going to be one of those big time targets for Derek Carr. And I cannot forget about Zay Jones. All of these weapons that we have on the offensive side. Derek Carr is the league leading passer in the NFL right now with 435 yards. I do believe that the whole league is finally giving some respect to Derek Carr, but Derek Carr has got to go out there and prove it each and every week and lead this team to victory. And the last name on the list, number 5, is a guy that I did put in my matchup of the game, is Alex Leatherwood, because I really am going to keep a close eye on this guy because he has the biggest task in this game. You know, throughout the whole offensive line, TJ Watt is that guy that is going to cause a lot of havoc. And if we can neutralize him in this game, and Derek Carr doesn't have to worry about that, and if he doesn't cause a lot of penalties, we should be okay in this game. And like I said before, if he is worth that first round pick, then he should be able to go up against guys like TJ Watt or whoever is going to be lined up against him. So Alex Leatherwood, hopefully he has a better game this week, and hopefully he can hold up his own, because we're going to need him to quite a lot. So with that being said, other than the names that I gave you guys on this list, who is a player that you guys are going to be keeping a close eye on? And what is your game score prediction for this Raiders versus Steelers matchup down in the comments below? All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this pre-game preview. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It does a lot for this channel. And if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders and you want daily Raider content, then look no further. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, or after we take that W on Sunday, this is your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is And
you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.